Okay, great. So, I guess a few reminders. Oh, by the way, this is the agenda for today. But a few reminders. If you do want to finish up your website or have a few questions on the Technovation App Challenge, since I sent an email with the instructions recently, please make sure to stay for office hours, and that's from like 4:30 to 5 p.m. And again, our little contest is still on, and for those of you who win each class, you will be featured on the Girls in TS website at the end of these classes. We have like 2 more classes left. So yeah, by then you'll be able to see your stuff on there. Okay, great. We have most of you guys. Okay, yeah, so let's continue our intro to Python. So we're going to start off with a little warm-up. Oh, I didn't even share that. Okay. Well, this is our agenda. Yeah, so this is our agenda. We're going to be reviewing user input and conditionals. We'll go over loops, and if we have time, we'll for functions. Cool. Okay, so this is the warm-up for today. Basically, what you will be doing is you'll use the input function to ask the user their age and store it in a variable. And then using your variable that stores the user's age, you will print out the user's age on the console. Right, so I'll give you like 2 to 3 minutes to do that, and then we'll go over it. And if you have any questions, like if you forgot how to use the input function, actually, I did create a Python guide, so I'm going to go ahead and share that with you guys. As we're learning a lot of new stuff, it's easy to forget. Okay, so I sent the link in the chat, and go ahead and open it up if you need help on any of these like questions. And you guys can put like a thumbs up when you're done with the warm up, so I know when to go over it. Okay, 1 thumbs up. Oh yeah. So sorry, I forgot to tell you guys. Yeah, switch over to Trinket, and then you can complete the warm up in there. Oh, Kayla, did that happen last time also? Because I think it worked when you rejoined the meeting. Okay, yeah, I would suggest using your other computer if it doesn't work on here. Okay, yeah, I think we had like 2 more people join. So what we're doing right now, I just gave like a little warm-up question, so you can like go to Trinket and complete that. And when you're done, just put a thumbs up, so I know. Oh, and I'm gonna resend the Python guide. I don't think you guys like get messages, previous messages. Okay. And on the document, so we are covering loops today. You don't have to worry about that for now, but yeah, when we cover that, you can definitely use that to help you. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the warm-up. So input function to ask user their age. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do another tweak. Okay, so we are gonna ask user their age. Please enter your age. Okay, and yeah, then we're gonna print it back out to them. So age is, and then add in the variable age. Cool, so let's see if this works. Okay. Age. Yeah, see, so print out our age. One thing to keep in mind, we didn't go over last class that we had to like do the typecasting stuff, like change the data type of age to like a string or an integer. But in this case, remember, when you're asking for input, the data type of whatever variable is storing it is always a string. So that's why you don't have to convert it to string over here. But if you were like doing some math operations with the age variable, you would have to convert it to an integer first. Okay. So is everyone good with this? Does it match what you have on your screen? Other than the age part, I guess. But... Okay. If there are no questions, I think we can go to the next example. Okay. So this is our review from last time. We covered conditionals last time. So how can we check if the user's favorite number is less than or greater than 10? And if it is greater than or less than 10, print out like a statement telling the user if it's greater than or less than. And feel free to take a look at the Python guide again. It does have examples of the if then statements. Oh, yeah, Lily, do you have a question? Oh, okay. Yeah, so go ahead and uncheck it. Okay, yeah, and for getting the user's favorite number, you would need to use the input function. So get their favorite number, store it in a variable, and then do the conditional. So the if statement to check if it's greater than or less than. So that's kind of the basic format. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm gonna send the code from the previous question in the chat because I did get some people asking. Oh yeah, I just sent it in the chat. And again, if you're done, you could like put an emoji or something. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go over this. Does anyone want more time? If they know what to do and don't need help. Okay, I'm gonna go for this. Yeah. Okay. And again, you don't have to like delete your code each time. You can like either create a new trinket or you can like comment out your code and then write new code. Okay, so we're gonna ask, what are we asking for? A favorite number. Oh, Lillian, yeah. I will actually go over that in a sec. I forgot to convert the data types, so it didn't work. But yeah. So we're favorite number, right? So let's do num equals input. Please enter your. Okay. So we have this variable now. So we want to check if it is less than or greater than 10. So if is 10, you want to parentheses. Okay. So if num is less than 10, we want to print your number is less than 10. Okay, and then else, if it's not, then you want to print your number is great. And I'll add in the equal to in a sec, but this is a common mistake people make. I actually made it last class, but so this code won't properly work. So let's go ahead and check it out. Okay. I'm gonna enter in, let's see, like 5. So for some reason, it's telling me that my number is greater than 10. Okay. Well, the reason it's doing this is because num right now, remember, it's a string. So anytime you use the input function, whatever value is stored inside the num variable is in the string data type. So you can't obviously compare a string and an integer, even if it's like the string 5. So what you need to do is you need to convert it to an integer and then compare it. You could also do like int over here, like around this whole statement. It is a bit easier if you're doing multiple if statements, but you know, anything works. And the reason it was printing out like your number is greater than 10 instead of less than 10 is because since it was unable to compare like a string and an integer, it just went to the else condition. So since this was false, it went to the else. Okay, so let's see if this works. Enter 5, and yeah, it works. So yeah, just don't forget to convert your data types. And I guess let me try the second condition. Well, yeah, so it's greater than 12. And if you want to check if your number is equal to 10, so that means we have like 2 conditions, right? So you can use an elif statement. I'm not sure if I put this in the Python doc actually, but it's the same format. It's like another else statement, another if statement. So you do like else if num is equal to 2 equal signs. If num is equal to 10, you want to do int your number is equal to 20. And you want to add an else over here. Your number is greater than 10. So if your number is less than 10, you want to tell that to the user. Else, if that first condition is not true, you want to check if num is equal to 10. And if that is true, it'll print this statement to the user, not that one, this one. And then if both of these conditions aren't true, it'll go to the else. So this is like the last case. Okay, so let's go ahead and run it. Let's try again. Yeah, so it worked. Okay, does anyone have any questions on that? And I'll paste the code in the chat in case you guys need it. Yeah, okay, so the code is in the chat. And if you want to try it out yourself, you can do that. Okay, are there any questions? It was a tricky question, so. No? Okay, I guess we can go to the next one. Okay, we have another question. And this one is this one is a bit different than the ones we've been doing, since you're comparing like two strings instead of two integers, but here's a hint, they work the same way. So I want you guys to compare the favorite animals of two different users. If they are the same, use a print statement to tell that to the user. So like you could say, oh, user 1 and user 2 have the same favorite animals. And if they're not, just do the opposite. So one thing you can kind of guess that you have to do, I did say two different users, so you will need two different input statements, one asking the favorite animal of one user and another asking the favorite animal of the second user. And obviously for this purpose, you'll be both users. So yeah, other than that, it's the same kind of concept, just more string based. Okay, yeah, so I'll let you guys do that. And if you run into any problems, just let me know and I will go over it. And again, if you're done, just put a thumbs up. Wow, there's a whiteboard on Zoom. I did not know that. Okay, so I'm just gonna use the whiteboard. If you guys need help, okay, I see one person's done, but if you guys need help, I'm just gonna type in what you guys should include in your code. Okay, 2 people are done. Okay, that's great. Well, if you're stuck, you need 2 input statements. Actually, wait, 2? You need 4. 4 input statements. Okay, 2. I'm not gonna require you guys to get their names also, but 2 for this, for the sake of this problem. And yeah, 1 if else. I'll wait like 1 more minute and then I'll go for it. And if you're done, you can like find ways to be more creative with it. You can ask the users their name and then use that in your question. I don't know. It gets kind of fun. Okay, I think I'll go over it now. Okay, 2 favorite animals. Yeah. Oh no, how do I get rid of this? Do you guys know how to erase the whiteboard on Zoom? Okay, I think I can do this. Yay, I did it. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go over it now. Okay. So just because I want to, I'm gonna ask the users their name. So let's do player 1 equals input. Please enter your name. And then I'm going to do the same for player 2. Again, you don't have to do this. I'm just doing it. Okay, so I have player 1 and player 2. Then I want to ask each of them what their favorite animal is. Okay, I'm going to do animal 1 equals input. So I'm going to address them with their name. So I'm going to say, what is your favorite animal? I'm just being lazy, so I'm going to copy and paste it here. Then I'm going to do the same for player 2. So I'm going to ask them, what is your favorite animal? Okay, and then now that I have these 2 variables with the player's animals, I want to compare them, okay? So again, same format. If animal 1 equals animal 2, and these are strings, right? Yeah, so these are strings. Yeah, so if they're equal, then I want to print animal 1. Forgot the one. I want to print my usernames. Player 1 and oh, this is tedious. Okay. Player. Sorry. Okay, player 1 and player 2 have the same favorite animal. I'm gonna put a space over here. Okay, and if they do not, I'm gonna do else. Put that over here. And I'm gonna change it to do not. Okay, that should work. Let's go ahead and run it. Yeah, wait. What does it say? Syntax error. Okay, I'm either missing a quote. Okay, print player 1. Yeah, I'm missing a plus sign. Okay, I guess this is kind of a good learning option. Okay, since I copied it, I'm also missing a plus sign here, but this kind of shows how helpful errors are. So in Trinket, in this case, whenever it says bad input, just know that it's probably some sort of syntax error. So you're missing like a quote, a plus sign, or parentheses. Yeah, depends on whatever operation you're doing. Sonia. Sugar. It's my dog's name. Okay. What is your favorite animal? Great question. Great question. Okay. So as you can see, it worked. Yay, we both have the same dogs. I mean, animals. Okay. And then I'm going to try the opposite condition. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So as you can see, it worked. Yeah. So are there any questions on this? Any questions on like adding strings, I guess? Over here, anywhere? Okay, let me do this. Scale of 1 to 10, put in the chat. How comfortable are you guys with conditionals? Okay, 1 to 10 is like Okay, 1 to 5. Okay. I got 2 so far. It's fun. Okay, that's good. I agree with that. Okay. I think I have 2 more people left. Okay. Okay. So I have 1 person who's not too good on it. I'm gonna do 1 more example. Okay, good so far. Yeah, and let me post the code in the chat so you guys can play around with it. So here's the code. Cool. Yep. Okay. Oh, actually I have 2 more examples. Okay, so we're gonna do this one. It is slightly more, is it complicated? Let me see. Well, it's pretty similar to the last one, but you'll see when you try it yourself. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna ask the user their age again, and then we're gonna store that value in a variable. And then, okay, yeah, and if the user enters an age greater than 10, you are going to print out their age in 5 years using your variable. So like, remember, we talked about just doing age plus 5 or something. And then if their age is less than 10, print out the user's age 5 years ago. So like age minus 5. And the only tricky thing about this problem is the typecasting. I think there is a lot of typecasting here you would need to think about. Typecasting is the same as like converting between data types. So in the cases we're working with, it's just between strings and integers. So yeah, go ahead and try it out. Again, if you need help, please let me know what you need more practice on, because we can definitely do more of those. Yeah, and don't be afraid to ask for help, because that's what this class is for. Okay, and for those of you who need help, I'll be writing down what stuff you'll need in your code using the whiteboard. Ah, so cool. Okay, so you're gonna need 1 input function. And I'm gonna give you like the basic format for the if else. So this is also called like pseudocode. Pseudocode, it's spelled like, anyway, it's just like, I guess mapping out what you're gonna code, but in words. Yeah, pretty simple, but let me know when you guys are done. If you need more help, I'll be happy to help. And I'm kind of curious, what do you guys think was the hardest, if there was any, the hardest topic we've done so far? You could put in the chat or something. Just thinking about what we should review more. So like input functions, conditionals, just variables in general. What else did we talk about? Yeah, something like that. So you just drop it in the chat and then, yeah. Right, yeah, I agree with that. That is kind of hard. Oh, that reminds me, we haven't tried the logic. We haven't tried and or in conditionals. I should probably give you guys more practice on that. Okay, does anyone want me to go over it? Yeah.
I had a problem with mine when I was trying to add the elif. It said bad input on line 33.
Did you forget a semicolon, or no, not semicolon? Did you forget a colon on the line above, maybe?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I guess you can share your screen maybe. So I can, yeah. So go ahead and do that.
So I guess it's this line.
This page is, okay, line 33. So it says bad input, okay. There is one other problem. I'm not sure if that will go away if you fix it, but let's see. In 5 years, you will be. Oh, you forgot the plus sign before age.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got on the next one though, so that's why it worked. But I think that should work.
Yeah.
But you might get one other error that we will talk about in a sec.
Great, thank you.
Yep, sure. Okay, let me share my screen. I'll give you guys like 1 more minute. So remember, this one has a lot of typecasting. So it could be tricky. You just need to look closely. Okay, so I'm gonna go over it now. Let me just read the problem again. Okay, age, okay, great. So let's try it out. I'm gonna try to go over this step by step. Oh, yeah, okay. So I hope you didn't, I got a message on the chat, okay. I hope none of you guys are like going line by line and individually adding these because that can be very time consuming. But basically, say I type like, just write a few lines. Okay, say you want to highlight. Okay, say you want to comment on all of this. So you want to press and hold the control button. And then you want to, while you're holding it, you want to click on the slash button. And it'll do it automatically. Did it work? It's like the slash button right below the question mark. And then you can also uncomment the same way. So if it worked, just let me know. Okay, also, Lillian, did that work for you? Yeah, that should work, I think. So it's just control and the slash, okay. So let me send this to everyone. So to comment multiple lines, you do CTRL and then the slash button. And let me know if it worked for you. Okay, so did it work? Okay, cool. It worked. Okay, so let's go over. Let me delete this. Okay, let's go over the question. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna ask the user for their age. So age equals input. Please enter your age. Okay, and then we want to check if. Okay, actually. Okay, I'm gonna code this how you normally would, and then I'll go over all the typecasting. Okay, so with normal logic, you would do if age is less than 10, you would do print your age in 5 years will be, and then what you want to do, let me like zoom in here. You want to add the age variable, and then you want to add 5. So that's what you would normally do. Let me finish the else statement. So else, if your age is greater than 10, we're gonna ignore equals for now. So else, if your age is equal to 10, we're gonna do your age 5 years ago was plus age minus 5. Okay, so that is the normal logic, but again, this won't run. I can just show you guys. This won't run because I'm gonna do something that's less than 10, okay? So I'm gonna do like 4. Yeah, okay. So this doesn't work again. It says unsupported operand types, string and int. So again, reading errors is one really important thing in code. If you ever run into problems, you immediately want to look at what the error is saying. So operand types is kind of like, you know, when you do operations between variables and stuff. Okay, it'll say operand for that, okay? And over here, we're trying to like add something. We're trying to add age. We're trying to subtract age and 5. And then we're also trying to add age, the result of that, to a string. And it's saying that string, you can't do operations between string and int. And obviously, like, we know that, but we're trying to, you know, tell the computer, trying to get the computer to do like an operation between or, okay, let me just show you guys. Okay, so the reason this isn't working is because remember what we said about the data type of any variable that uses the input function? So the data type of that would always be string. So age right now is a string. So when you're doing age plus 5, first of all, it won't work in this line either because you can't add the string 4 to an integer. So what you have to do, you have to convert this to an integer. So instead of being a string 4, it would be integer 4. Okay, so that would allow you to complete age plus 5. So age plus 5 would be, what is 4? Okay, 4 plus 5 would be 9, right? So now we want to try and add 9 to the string because we want to like print it out nicely, right? But again, you can't add a string and an integer because like the product of this, the result of this is an integer. So again, you have to convert this to a string. So let's do string age plus 5. So now this will work. Again, that was like a lot of typecasting. We had to like convert this to an integer and then convert this back to a string again. But you know, that's how you do it. And then I'm gonna have to make the same change in the next line. And again, you don't have to like memorize all of this. You just need to think about it carefully, and I guess the errors will guide you, right? Okay, so let's run this. If that explanation was confusing for you guys, just let me know and I'll explain it again, because I think it was kind of confusing. All right, so it worked over here. 5 is less than 10, and your age in 5 years will be 10. 5 is 5. Okay, and let's try the next condition. If it's greater than 10, let's do like 12. Yeah, and again, it works. You could use this for like math homework or something. Okay, so yeah, I guess that's how it works. Anyone want me to repeat it? Because I can totally do that. You know, if you're not comfortable with unmuting, just like tell me yeah, okay. Okay, let me repeat it. I got a message. Okay, so we're starting off with the input, please enter your age. So again, the data type of anything that uses the input function is a string. So age, before I converted to an integer, so like ignore this part. So age currently would be a string. But since we do want to do like a math operation in the future, like over here, I got one more message. Okay, I'm gonna quickly address something and then I'll go back to my explanation. But I accidentally said your age 5 years ago was 17. That's only because I like forgot to change this to. Oh, hold on. Please enter age 12. 12 is greater than 10. Oh, guys, I switched around the statements. Okay, your age. Okay, so I can just like do this and then it would work. Okay, so I'm gonna do 12. Yeah, okay, so now it works. Just a typo, but yeah, what was I saying before? Okay, yeah, back to the explanation. So the initial the initial data type of age is a string, but since we need to do like an operation with age, we have to convert it back to an integer first. And you could also do it over here, like you could do int age over here, but it's easier to understand if you just like put it over here. So I'm gonna remove that. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so after I convert that back, after I convert it to an integer, I have to convert it to a string again because I want to add this whole value to a string. And in order to do that, it needs to be like the same data type, so string. Yeah, and that's why you have to convert it twice. Another typo. Okay, I accidentally did the plus twice. But yeah, that's kind of how it works. Okay, I changed it in the wrong spot. Okay, so that is how it works. That was a very confusing one. I hope my explanation made it a bit clearer, unless it confuses you, which would be kind of sad. But are there any questions? Because I can definitely answer those. Even if it's like on the same question, I'll answer it again. Anybody? No? Okay. Okay, so the next one is, we have one last example, and then we'll start while loops. Okay, so how can we check if the user's favorite number is odd or even? And if it's odd or even, just use the print statement to tell like which one it is. This is a pretty standard question you would get in any like programming language. So whenever you're learning, like say you're gonna learn Java next year or something, this is like, you'll probably get this in the first month or so. So it's important to know how to do these kind of questions. And yeah, you may even know how to do this already. But I think I'll go over this with you guys because it's probably new for a few guys. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you guys, how do we know whether a number is even or odd? What do we do? Like, how do I know that 8 is an even number and not an odd number? So, I mean, you could put in the chat or unmute, but basically the key number in this kind of situation is 2, right? Okay, I got a message. Yeah, exactly. All you guys are correct. So if a number is divisible by 2, that means it is even. Don't know if I talked about this yet, but basically there's this, I'll show it to you guys first. So we want to check, I'm gonna say for now num equals 10. I'll type in that later, the input function, but for the condition, you would check if num mod 2 equals 0. So for a lot of you guys, the mod operator is new. It is a percentage sign, but in coding, it actually, the formal name is modulus, but in coding we call it mod. But basically what it does is that it basically returns the remainder of an operation. So num mod 2 means, say we do like 10 mod 2, that would give you 0 because the remainder of dividing 10 by 2 is 0, right? Because 2 goes 5 times into 10. Okay, like, okay, say we have, what's an easy one? Let's do 5. 5 mod 2. This would give us, this would return 1. And the reason it does that is because, so 5, okay, 2 goes into 5 2 times, right? But 2 times 2 is 4, and you still have like 1 left over. So 1 is the remainder, right? That's why it would return 1. I hope that makes sense. But that's basically what mod does. And the reason we're using it in this case is to check that, remember, like you guys said that you have to divide a number by 2 to check if it's even. So if a number divided by 2 is, if the remainder of a number divided by 2 is 0, that means that the number is divisible by 2. So if if mod 2 was greater than 0, that means that it has some remainder, right? And it can't have a remainder because that would mean it's odd. So if we're gonna do if num mod 2 equals 0 and even, right? And then else, we're just gonna assume for now that 0 is also an even number, even though like a lot of people say, I don't know, it's like a conflicting thing. Yeah, else we're gonna print odd. So I'm gonna explain it one more time, just in case you guys didn't get that. But yeah, modulo is basically used to check if there's a remainder, and it will actually return the remainder. But since division by 2, if division by 2 gives you like a number that is not 0, that means that the number has to be odd. Does that make sense? Okay, let me just show you guys this first. Yeah, so it's even, right? 10 mod 2 is 0, which means that it is even. Okay. I think I'm gonna show you an example of mod. So I'm gonna print 7 mod 3. So actually first, what do you guys think this would print? Like just put in the chat. Because I don't know if modulo is clear for you guys or not. Okay, I got one correct answer. I mean, you could also use a sheet of paper to do the math if you want. Like, is there a draw button? Okay, I'm gonna try drawing with a mouse. Okay. Yeah, so it is 1. And the reason for that is, say we do like, oh my god, I think I have white ink. Okay, I'm gonna choose a different color. Yeah, so you have 7, you guys can see that, right? Yeah, okay. 7 mod 3 means, yeah, okay, cool. 7 divided by 3. So 3 goes into 7 how many times? 2, right? Yep. So simple division. Oh, look at that. We have 1 left over, right? Okay. So 1 is the remainder of doing this operation, and that is basically what you will get as a result of doing 7 mod 3. Okay. One more example, because I think we have like a minute or 3. Gosh, it's a pain to erase this. Okay, I'm gonna do like 8. Okay. What do you guys think about 8 mod 3? So 8 mod 3. Okay, good. I got one answer. So you can also do the division if it helps. So how many times does 3 go into 8? 2 times, right? So if you get this, you have 2 left over, and 3 doesn't go into 2 anymore, so 2 is the remainder. So, okay, when you guys put 2.6, so 2.6 is like the result of like 8 divided by 3. Good job. But for mod, it would just like return the remainder. So it wouldn't perform the actual operation. So you would just get 2 as the answer. And I guess let me just show you guys what it prints out. Fix this. yeah, so wow, I could just do my math homework on here. So like let's just do 8 mod 3. Yeah, okay, great. So we got those 2 things. We have a minute left. Okay, so that is the next topic, but I don't think we'll have like time to cover that today. So yeah, we'll just be learning about loops and functions next class. There are less practice examples, so we'll be able to get through it faster. But okay, one more thing before you guys go. Put a number from like 1 to 5 on how you're feeling about loops. I mean, sorry, not loops, conditionals now. So from 1 to 5. You can put in the chat. Okay, that is great to hear. Okay, that is great. All you guys are 4 to 5. Okay, I guess we can end the meeting now.